Hi, welcome to the CPG School by It's All Happening. My name is Danielle Calabrese. I've been in food and beverage CPG for about 16 years or so. I've built retail, wholesale, and manufacturing operations from scratch. I've launched hundreds of products and dozens of brands over the years. And I've created this PDF guide to break down the 4 easy steps that you can take to launch your own CPG brand. This PDF is obviously at a 50,000 foot view. There's a lot that goes into launching a CPG brand, as I'm sure you're aware of. So, if you want to dive deeper into what we're talking about here, I recommend that you sign up for upcoming workshops and courses where we'll really dive into the nitty-gritty details of how this whole thing works. So just stick with me. This is like our high level overview. And yeah, I'm looking forward to kicking this off with you. Let's do this. So here's my 4-step process that I've created. Number 1, ideate and identify. Number 2, create it. Number 3, market and sell it. And number 4, start it and fund it. Step 1, ideate and identify the opportunity. So identify your opportunity. Where are there gaps in the market for products? Does a version of your product already exist, or is it an update that's sorely needed? These are the gaps in the market that your product should fit into. Number 1, traditional categories dominated by old players and old brands. Number 2, high growth categories where you feel like there's something missing. Number 3, innovation that really addresses unmet needs. So careful here though, as pioneering a new category can be very expensive, and we really dive into this and the whys and the hows in my workshop and upcoming course. Become an expert in your market. So start by researching your target audience and competitors. Identify consumer needs, preferences, pain points within your category. Evaluate existing products, price points, packaging, distribution strategies. What are these other brands doing? Key focus. Make sure there's a demand for your product, very important, and determine how your product will stand out. Ask yourself these questions. How will you differentiate your packaging and positioning? What are your value propositions? Are you going to be organic, non-GMO, seed oil free, sugar free, eco-friendly packaging, low carbon footprint? Lots of options. Step 2, create it. Research and development, otherwise known as R&D. So you'll develop and finalize your product formulation, packaging, and labeling. Ensure your product is not only compliant with industry regulations and meets quality standards, but you want your product to be really good, really effective. It has to taste good and it has to work. There are 4 ways to go about this. Number 1, use an independent R&D contractor who has a background in your specific product. Number 2, work with an R&D agency network that will place you with the right expert. Number 3, hire a commercial development house that can help you innovate your product. These are good for products that are going to need a ton of R&D, like alternative meat or vegan products. And number 4, which is my preferred way, is to work directly with your manufacturer and their in-house R&D and regulatory team. This can be the most cost-effective way. Branding. Whether you decide to work with a branding agency or independent contractors, building a compelling brand is half the battle. Don't skimp. Design a logo that stands out, packaging that catches the eye. Key in on your brand's voice and messaging. It's so important. Now, moving on to step 3, market and sell it. This is where the fun happens. Develop a marketing strategy to generate buzz, including social media campaigns, influencer partnerships, and PR. Social media. So to keep your costs down at the beginning, you're going to want to focus on one platform where you know your customer hangs out. Don't start on multiple platforms. Trust me, you'll get stretched too thin and you'll get overwhelmed with the amount of content creation you will actually have to generate in order to see ROI on those platforms. SEO. They're great AI tools that you can use these days to help you get your website optimized and show up on searches. I recommend Jasper. Paid media. You only want to do this at first if you have a D2C product that can be purchased online. Start slowly and test to understand what works and what doesn't. PR. Press is amazing at the beginning if you don't have to pay for it. A great way to achieve this is by seeding your product to editors. And then influencers. Influencers can be highly effective if your product is sold online. If you're taking a more local retail approach, I recommend checking out a company called Hummingbirds. This can be a great way to drive awareness through micro influencers. Check them out. Sales and distribution. Next, decide where you want to sell your product. Direct to consumer, retail stores, food service, Amazon. Start building relationships with distributors or early on and retailers. Trust me on this one. Direct to consumer. You'll need a Shopify website. If you have a product, trust me, don't waste your time considering any other platform. But if you do decide to go this route, direct to consumer at the beginning, you will need to be heavily focused on digital marketing. So keep that in mind. Retail. Focus on a concentrated area. Go narrow and deep. I talk about this a lot on my Instagram account. Make sure that you're 100% confident that your target consumer lives and shops in this area. Take time to care for the stores that you are in by meeting with store managers, doing demos, building relationships, really understanding customer feedback and what's happening out there in the stores that your product is placed in. And then Amazon. Depending on your product type, Amazon may be the best bet for your direct consumer fulfillment. They do fulfill, which is great. It's like an awesome service they offer. It can be easier for customers to purchase products, and Amazon can, like I said, take care of the fulfillment. However, Amazon will eat into your margins, and they also will steal repeat buyers off of your online store. So it's something to consider. You also have less control over the unboxing experience if that's something that you're concerned with. Step 4, final step, fund it and start it. Securing enough funding to cover product development, manufacturing, branding, and marketing and initial distribution is crucial. It's super important. You can invest your own money, you can do a small friends and family round, or you can tap into your network for angel investors. Make sure you secure enough money to get you to the point that allows you enough time to validate your concept. Make sure that your money's not going to run out in the middle of your validation process. Tip, prioritize angel investors that are willing to get in early, who can add value by sharing experience, strategy, or connections. If you have access to any of these people, trust me, prioritize them for your early stage funding. Once financing is secured, finalize your manufacturing process, place your first production order, but you also need to ensure that your logistics are in place for your packaging, for your warehouse, your fulfillment, etc. Following these steps will help you streamline your launch process and position your brand for growth and for success. If you resonated with any of this information, I hope you will follow us on our Instagram account and stay tuned for upcoming workshops and courses on how to launch your CPG food and beverage brand. Thanks so much.